Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have been asked a lot to do a sub-rogue guide video. I already did one in the past, but this one is going to be an update as it's been like 2 months. So I hope you like it. All right, first off, my gear. So I am rocking mostly the Conquest gear. So I'm 206 eye level. I haven't got to 213 yet because we've been toying around with different new tunes with one of my friends, and he's barely has no gears on any of them. So basically, we rock the verse mast stats. That's what you need as a rogue, as a sub rogue. And if you want to see my enchants, I'm just gonna go slowly over them. This one I got from the vault, so ideally I would like a crit instead of haste, but you cannot always pick that. So 20 stam minus speed increase, that's what you want to go here. I got some enchant here. I didn't upgrade my legendary yet beyond 210. I have the money for it, but I'm just waiting because it's just going to be a simple boost of stat, nothing else, so it's not important for now. Then my two weapons, crit and verse. Running the dual combo with these trinkets in PvP to get the bonus. I also have the badge of ferocity for the boost specs, but now I'm playing with a mage, so I need something to survive more. So this is pretty good in that scenario. And then the two rings with first enchant, 15 edgy on boot, and the rest is pretty standard. So you can see my stats here. I have 27% verse, which the soft cap is 30%, I believe, so I'm almost there. And mastery is way over it, so that's good. And that's it. So this means that I'm full down the tree with Pelagos, being renown 30. So we're gonna go over my conduits. Most of them I didn't farm at all. I was just looking at the daily callings and seeing the world quest, and when I saw an epic one, I just went and got it basically. There's nothing fancy in there. So deeper daggers is the first one. You want to increase the shadow damage, and if it's a lot as a sub rogue, so you get a lot out of that. This doesn't matter. I just wanted to have this potency conduit basically. So then cloaked in shadows. This is really important. Every time you re-stealth, you are not gonna get unstealthed by the ticks from the dots, and that means that you can also make use of your health regeneration with the talents I'm gonna show later. This is pretty standard. Then I've took reverberation. I'm still rocking the echoing reprimand even after the nerf. So this one increases its damage by 65%, which is quite strong. And here the last one is rush setup. You want to diminish the cost of cheap shot and kidney shot, and we do this often during a game. So if you accumulate this, you save a lot of energy, and you're not gonna end up energy starved, so you can really burst people faster. So that's my tree. Now I'm back to sub because I'm playing with a mage. So this is what you're gonna see here is not for playing with a healer. This is for when you play double DPS. So we go with premeditation. We want to get this rolling, and it's quite a pretty good talent. You could also go with weapon master here. It's just a matter of what you feel is best for you. Subterfuge here I prefer. You want to make use of this because you have a 3-second basically free shadow dance almost, because you can just use your abilities out of stealth. So it's really good to do cross CC. For example, you want to cheap shot one guy and then jump on the other guy and cheap shot again. Or if you get really unlucky and you get unstealthed with AoEs, so that's always a backup. Normally, you could also go with Night Stalker if you're playing with a healer, if you want more DPS. Okay, so mark for that is the next one. This is really useful, either to slip in another Eviscerate or to just instant kidney shot the off target. Soothing Darkness would be the most important one, I would say, when you play with a mage. Is you need to be able to heal up yourself. You don't have a healer on your ass now, so you need to be able to somehow get restelts, and that's really good when you end up in 1v1 situations or 1v2. You can heal up full and then reopen, basically. If you were to play trees, you would go with elusiveness, because you have much more damage around you and you have a healer on you. Then Prey on the Weak is good because with a mage, of course, we kill people in a cheap shot, kidney shot most of the time, so they take more damage. And then I'm rocking the double dance build because we don't rely so much on my damage only. We just want to pin someone down, as opposed to running a single dance, like a one dance build with more damage. So this is good when you play with a healer. This is good when you play with double DPS. And then Master of Shadows, this is pretty standard. As for PvP talents, it's the same: Smoke Bomb, Cold Blood, Shadowy Duel. You don't really deviate from those. When I play with someone in Arena, you see next to their panel what cooldown they still have. So it's really good to know, okay, is your mage, does he still have a heist block? You just can track basically all of your teammates' cooldowns. Big debuffs is pretty standard also. If I cheap shot someone, you're gonna see it on the frame or any CC basically. Detail is just for DPS, damage meter. It's nice to see after a game how much your stuff did. Yeah, line is nothing, it's just a grid. Easy frames is these frames that I moved around. I also combine this with Addons UI. Gladiator Losa, this is what everyone has been asking me. What's the voice that's calling all the CC and everything that's happening in Arena? So that's this one here. Gladius is my Arena frames on the right when I usually go in Arena. Jack's Party Cast Bar, this is to see my mage casting polymorph and stuff like that, so it's going to put the cast bar underneath him. Leatrix Plus, this is just a quality of life add-on, as it says, it's just to clean up some of the UI. Nog Combo Bar, this is the combo bar you see here. Nothing fancy with this. Omnibar and OmniCC, this is pretty standard also. You need this to be tracking some of the cooldowns of yours and of your opponents. This is just some random things for in the world. Trophy GCD, this is what you see when I'm pressing an ability. So for example, sprint, you see it here. So it helps you see my rotations in all of my vids. Weak RS, okay, so that's what I have here on the left and on the right. This is by the Red Rogue. You can download this easily online. So here are all the utilities, and here are all your big cooldowns. And then what I did is I took the Shadow Dance and I duplicated it and I brought it here and I put it bigger so that I could track this easily. This is just some improved stats on your character. It's not really important. Addons UI is what I have to make my UI clean. It removes a lot of the clutter and makes it that you can move also. I think it's with Addons UI you can move all of these things a bit closer to you. And that's it. I mean, nothing fancy here. Keybinds. I mean, this is personal to everyone, so of course it's not going to make more sense. But you can see here all the letters that are bind to all of my stuff. But I could go over my macros. Maybe that would be a more useful stuff for you. So here's my sap macro for Arena. So basically what it means is if I bind this to, say, Z, then if you do Z, you're gonna sap your target. If you do Shift Z, you're gonna sap your Arena 2, Control Z, Arena 3, and then Alt Z, Arena 1. So you can just save 3 bindings into one by doing these kinds of macros. So feel free to pause the video here to look at this. This is my burst macro, pretty standard again. Shadow Dance, Shadow Blades, Symbols, Cold Blood, and Echoing Reprimand. If you are not Kyrian, just put Shadow Strike here. And if you're rocking the DPS trinket, just add a /use 13 and put your trinket here in the 13 slot. My evasion macro, I always bind it with Crimson Vial. So if I'm in deep shit, I can just evasion and heal at the same time. Kidney shot macro is the same as the sap macro. So you can kidney Arena 1, 2, 3. The same with blind and kick. My vial is also combined with my Fire of Serenity from Kyrian. So if I heal, I heal twice, basically. This is my spammable sap macro from Stealth. So if you're in Arena, this is what you want to use. This is my burst macro without Shadow Blades. Sometimes you need to keep them for later on the game. I have a cheap shot macro which binds cold blood on it, so as soon as you stealth and you want to cheap shot someone, you get the cold blood also instantly. My Cloak of Shadows has the same as evasion. I put Crimson Vial in it, so when I pop this, usually I'm in deep shit, so I want to heal up at the same time. This is just a macro that I was using before to announce that I was going to blind people in Arena. I have a Shadow Step to my party member. I'm always party 2 with one of my add-ons. It's like a script. So this allows me to step on party 1. This is what I was using when I was assassination, just to test some stuff. I have a Shadow Step kick on a focus target. This is my feint macro, and then it pops the trinket, the Battle Master trinket from back in the day. So if you are getting focused, you just feint, and then you also get your Gladiator boost. This is my Shadowy Duel macro. You often get energy starved in Shadowy Duel. So it costs 50 energy, so you need to get some energy back. So I bind it instantly with Symbols of Death after. So you regen 40 energy from it. This is just a Shadow Strike with Cold Blood. So that's pretty much it for the macros. Okay, so for the rotation, typical opener would be Mark for that Kidney into Burst Macro, Shadow Strike, Evis, Shadow Strike, Cheap Shot, Evis. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. I hope you like these kind of content. And what the plan is for the next weeks is my friend is currently leveling a mage. He has experience in mage, but of course he will be under gear at first. But we plan to play rogue mage. So if you like these kind of videos, I expect a couple of them in the next few weeks. Don't forget to subscribe, guys.